After a full-scale invasion, I lost my son and my husband died in the war. After all my losses, it seems that I just existed in this world. I closed myself off from this world. I was in pain, I can say, by myself. I was afraid of communicating with people. I wanted to be taught how to live further. I understood that I stopped and didn't move. I felt discomfort from being in that state. That's why I came here with the hope of getting help. But to be honest, I didn't really believe in it. How can someone help a person who lost the dearest, the most valuable in life, the family? Here, after 2.5 years, I sincerely smiled for the first time, and changes began to happen in my life, not only in my emotional state, but also in my real life. I don't know what to call it, but it's a miracle. You see, it's an unreal city, a place. When you look at it, you see an ordinary building, ordinary people with arms and legs like all of us, but really they seem to be unreal. At this place, I realized that I didn't want to have the same life as it was. I want to continue living. I want my husband to be proud of me. 18 roadblocks, 18 nightmare blocks. At every roadblock, your child is dragged out. Men and boys are undressed, investigated, and provoked all the time. It is coming back to see it, the field, the heat. We were standing in one place for a week. There is no water, no food. And the most important, is to remain a person, because animals start dying. People can't persevere. You see, I understood how a person can lose his face. A woman died on the bus next to us, and their family was allowed to go to Zaporizhia. But we were standing with jealousy. You see, a person died. We thought that they were lucky, but we had to keep staying there. It is really frightening. And to get reloading and some moral help, I came here. Yesterday we were sitting in the room and laughing like children. You feel it inside. Silent work gives its fruit. It might not show the result now, but time will show it. After we were occupied, soldiers came, they checked our documents, they were drunk under the influence of drugs. I still remember his eyes and will never forget them. They were red and filled with anger. He looked into my eyes and pointed his gun right at my head and started shouting, "I'll shoot you." But thank God, God exists in this world. That soldier turned around and walked away. He went down to the first floor. He started undressing my husband there. Horrible things were happening there. They plundered all the shops. There was no food, no water, nothing. After we settled in another house, we lived in the basement without water, light or gas. We cooked on the street. I came here in a bad state with apathy. And I didn't want to do anything. I was looking for this help. I wanted someone to help me turn myself back, find some joy in life, pleasure, and manage my emotions. I feel much better. I'm sure that I received the power here, an instrument that I still need to work with myself independently. Thanks to this center, I'm 100% certain that I will succeed. For me, the war started in 2014 because I'm from Luhansk. My parents stayed there under the occupation. There was my first stressful experience of not having contact with them for 2 months. I didn't know if they were alive. Having such a background with all these stressful events, I developed physical illnesses, including gynecological ones. I had 5 surgeries. I lost my reproductive organs and lost the ability to have children. Then, with a husband, we bought a flat in Irpin and thought that nothing would happen. But full-scale war got us even there. We gathered a small group of people and we went through the forest, the field and the cemetery. There were a lot of civilian corpses. There were scary scenes like torn bodies, a part of the body there, another part there, burnt corpses of animals, people. All that was like in a movie. As I wasn't in real life, but in some kind of quest, you have only one goal, it is just to go out and survive. I was in a deep depression with anxiety and apathy, feeling myself at the bottom. I didn't even have the strength to brush my teeth. If I were to measure my state, it would be minus 100. When I came to this center, it was difficult during the first days, as I was pulling out all these memories. This therapy is so deep that you work through all your traumas from childhood, from the war, and during self-perception. I'm returning home inspired and relieved. Here we received not only the therapy, but also instruments to cope and live with what we've experienced, how to react these events, how to react to some anxiety, because the war is still going on, unfortunately. And anyway, there can be some stressful episodes, depressive episodes. We receive instruments to cope with it independently. I'm boundlessly thankful to this center, and I'm sure that I will leave this place as a new person. I'm a military man. Life turned out in such a way that war came to our country, and on February 24, 2022, my father and I went to defend Ukraine. Circumstances developed in such a way that my father died near Kiev. But in spite of this, I continued to defend our country in Donetsk Oblast. Now I'm in this rehabilitation center. I heard about this rehabilitation center from my wife. She recommended going here for rehabilitation, as during the course of military operations I got psychological and physical trauma. Professional specialists work here. They really help. Going through this rehabilitation helped me face my injuries, and it helps me continue to live and come to terms with them. The most difficult loss is my son. He was a defender of our country. By his own free will, he consciously went to defend our people. When I lost my son, my world crumbled. it just collapsed. I realized that the loss of a child is the most powerful, the most painful, and it stays for the rest of one's life. But in this center, I discovered a resource. I found the professionals that I was looking for a long time. As I am also in this sphere, I have the right to tell that these people are from a capital letter. They do very important work. If I were given a chance to address sponsors, I'd thank them for opening such a project. They also have a front here, a very difficult front, because there are a lot of traumatized people like me. They returned my strengths, and they are my resource. And I had a lot of insights and realizations with them. I'm thankful to them for that and their work. It's incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you.